All right, welcome to another week of Ether Raids. As you can see, I am starting a bit late here. This is Wednesday that I'm recording, that I'm playing the matches as well. So yeah, starting a day late. Hopefully, I don't make a trend out of this because it really is, as you can see, impacting my defense, which I also think it shouldn't. But then watching the replay, it's Tiki bonus season, so I can understand why that happened. I was really looking into Edelgard's the fantastic Voltaire here. Is that how you say his name? Voltaire? Valtier, I guess? Really great build, but he's really the crux of this defense, and if you take him out, nothing pretty much happens here. There's not a lot of movements, aside from Pivot, which is fantastic for armors to help them get around the map, but not much else happening here. I guess Celica Ring on Calic, but you know, he's too far to really have an impact. So this is all safe initiation. Not a great map to hide calves on if you don't want to have a cav on this map that can't get across the tree tile with some type of, I don't know. She doesn't need to, but she is, again, kind of limited. But yeah, we're going to take out Voltaire, and then this is pretty much GG's. So yeah, I'm hoping that I don't make this a trend of starting my matches so late, because it is impacting my defense in the sense that I'm building it. Well, it's not even... I'm playing later because I'm taking longer to build my defense. Primarily, I kind of wasn't I didn't really know what to do. So I kind of just pieced it together over the past 2 days, Monday and Tuesday after reset. And I got something now on Wednesday. Let's see how it performs. I don't know if it'll be great. Maybe the breath of the banner will come out, I don't know, maybe next week. Is it this week? I think it's this week, actually. Maybe that'll drop soon, and I can add something from there to the defense to make it a little bit better. I don't know. Hopefully we'll see. Hopefully the bridal banner is good this year. Last year it introduced, something pretty cool on Sharena. But aside from that, it really wasn't that much. I think all we got was really Embla, which was a big deal, or was supposed to be a big deal, but it doesn't look like a lot of people pulled for her. It doesn't either. A lot of people didn't pull for her, or people just don't know how to use her on offense very well, so it didn't really see the uptake that I was expecting it to have. Or Freyr, one of those two things, one of those three things. I don't know what happened there with Embla, but now we have Elm, and he's pretty annoying, so I have to build my defense with that in mind, and that's another reason why I was kind of delaying, because I just didn't want to deal with it. But in the end, I did put something together. We'll see how it performs, as I said, at the end of the week. But unfortunately, because I took so long, we did get hit. Typically, if you wait too long on the Monday, your defense that you have left up will, get some impact. And that's kind of what happened. Edelgard just not hitting as hard as she needed to be able to take out bonus Tiki, which was unfortunate. But yeah, that aside, let's see how the rest of the week holds up with defense. As far as defense is concerned, I'm interested to see what my opponents bring to the mix. I've added someone that I want to see worked out. Remember, I was saying I was looking at the two Alirs and trying to figure out, what's going on with them, and if I could get it to work. And also, I was trying to get Bernadetta to work on defense, but unfortunately, my God, this was the most unfortunate thing. Her paranoia is at the start of turn and not the start of phase, which sucks. It really needed to be start of phase for it to work the way that you'd like, or for it to be the optimal performance. It needs to be start of phase for defense. For offense, it doesn't matter since you get to go first, but for defense, it needed to be start of phase, because my plan was to put her there so that when the bolt tower hits, or if some type of AoE hits or something, I'd get the paranoia up and we'd be able to do the, Vantage Desperation thing, which would be pretty cute. And a great counter to Elm because he's a bird, and we get to shoot him down with our arrows. With Bernadetta, I could just safely put her in front and not really have to worry about too many initiators that are currently in the meta. Maybe Tiki, since she's green, but Bernadetta would have been able to handle most things with the support that I was going to pair her with. So it would have worked out pretty well, but unfortunately her support effect is start of turn and not start of phase. And I did not realize this until I was trying to build a defense around her. And it just didn't work. I thought the worst thing was the healing tower, so I kind of scooted it into the corner. But then I realized that the paranoia just wasn't kicking in until the enemy phase or the enemy start of turn started. And that's just not ideal for what I needed it to do. She needed to pop up on the summoning circle or in the secret summon circle on the start of turn 3, have paranoia up, and then be able to go just out of the hole and into action. But it doesn't work like that, unfortunately. So I had to scrap that idea and try to figure something else out. I wanted to put one of the Alairs in, but no, man. Turn 3 to get the null counter disrupt on turn 3 kind of seems pointless because it's already so late. Turn 1 and 2 are really the turns that the action happen, and if you're surviving until turn 3, you really want to be going in for the KO at that point. So I don't know, I kind of worked around it just to see what they could do. Again, maybe something comes out on the brattle banner and I can shift some things around and get something even more spectacular, because I don't even think we're going to get to turn 3 to see what I got in the little summoning hole. It's not the craziest thing. I was looking at armored skills, not even armored skills, C skills in general for armored units, and also C skills in general. And aside from Times Pulse and Canto Control, and Times Pulse, Canto Control, Breath of Life, maybe Barricade is so limited because it's really just beasts and dragons. But aside from those 3 that I named, Times Pulse, Breath of Life, Canto Control, there aren't really that many great C skills in the game, and it's kind of unfortunate. And some of the better ones, let's say Screech, locked to a limited range type, locked to a limited weapon type. Is it weapon? Beast? Beast is the weapon, right? Yeah. So it's locked to a limited weapon type, and it's not. I don't know. Class? I don't know. But it's locked. And it's not the most accessible for all of the units, particularly armors. Armors have, aside from far save, near save, there really isn't anything that you want to be running on your armored units in that C slot. Armored March, trash. Armored Stride, also trash. Charge, trash. All of those skills are power crept by Sigurd Ring and Celica Ring, and therefore you don't need to run any of those skills on your armored unit in the C slot, which leaves you with Breath of Life. Maybe depend if you have Ather, especially in Anima Season, you're probably going to have Ather, Breath of Life, Moot Point, and then you have Barricade, and depending on what capacity, you probably already have that in the works already. But let's play another match, man. GG's. Okay, here's our second match for the day. Now, this week I am trying to bring back Felix because it just feels like the Felix meta. We just gotta figure out how to get him to work, and I'm going with the AoE build to try to get him to be a little bit more mobile. I really tried to fit Tana onto this team, but I just couldn't get it to work. It was either Tana or Baby Gulvig here, and I went with Baby Gulvig because color, blue, range 2. And also she has the end-turn mechanic, and I feel like that just works out a little bit better in comparison to Tana. And in space of Tana, I've gone with Thor here, not Thor, Camilla, just for the added range, but it'll be 50-50 in terms of whether it works. I feel like Tana, really what I want from Tana is mobility, especially when partnered with Felix, but I'm just going to try to work with what I got here. So, we go in, we bop, and then we move. That's how this works. Gale Force all the way or just extra actions. The only one here that isn't really doing much is Elm, even though you can give him Gale Force and then probably run Beast Threaten to get an extra cooldown if you want. I'm not really looking to do that with him. He's like a melee initiator if I need him to initiate on something and take it out. So that's why he's there. But it's really going to come down to Camilla, Felix, and Thor. They are the movement units, and then we'll see what Baby Golvic can do in terms of trying to pin someone that is causing me problems. As you can see here, I'm a little bit not doing this correctly since it's the first time I'm using this particular team configuration. So it's going to take some getting used to. Plan here is to lock Athos, since by pinning him we pin Sigurd, so that's 2 units that I don't have to KO, and I got to take care of everyone else. So just gotta go through and try to get that to work. Although a little bit of a stumble here already, running into some problems here because I gotta get Felix up there. Which is why I wanted to bring Tana, because Tana kind of ensures that I will be able to get Felix up there. But yeah, Felix is getting a little bit stuck right now, which is unfortunate. Was able to get him over the terrain without having to waste the break thing action. But yeah, he's a bit stuck right now. I don't want to initiate on that trap. I'm not sure if it's real or not. Since both of them are in the front, Athos could be the one. I don't know. Let's see where this goes. But I mean, aside from that, how are you doing? What are your thoughts now that Elm has been out for 2 weeks? I feel like my rage and my fury, my disappointment with the direction of Faye is tapering just a little bit because of just being able to play with him, the fact that his effect isn't splashable, and the 5 spaces condition is actually quite handy, depending on the layout of the map. So yeah, there's some counterplay to Elm, which it's not really counterplay, it's just things that work out in your favor. But I do see them pushing this particular mechanic that Elm has to another extreme at some point, but I've calmed down a bit. I guess is the best way to put it. So let's see what we get in the banners to come, and see where that leaves us in the upcoming days. But as it revolves around Elm, I've definitely tapered off quite a bit. The new game mode, it's definitely Ponzaloki vibe. Well, no, not Ponzaloki, Holoforms. Definitely get a Holoforms vibe from it. United Warfront kind of as well. I like the fact that it's build your own team, make it strong, but then also at the same time
I seek a foe.
The end goal, I see the end goal is the Marthin Lumera. It looks like the Abyssal. I feel like that should be interesting, but then also, well, I don't know until I get there, but unless they're like really cracked in terms of like they have all the newest skills and everything, that's probably going to be a joke to get through. So I don't know, I'm not like too impressed or excited about this new game mode. It actually does give me some Holoforms vibes, even though it's not really the same. It's more in the realms of I don't know, I guess Holoforms really is the thing. Yeah, that's the vibes that I get from it, and it's not boring. I've been testing out Dudu in it. Like I said, Dudu plus the range plus a glass cannon range unit has been very fun. I was actually looking into using Dudu on defense, but I just couldn't figure out a composition that would work. Gambling the trap and finding out it's fake, even though it wouldn't have mattered anyway since Thor did no damage there. I really put her there so that we could then get the guaranteed Gale Force off with Camilla. That's why she's there, but yeah, I could have given Camilla the Marth ring actually, just to bring down the cooldown a little bit, but didn't consider that. Might need to make some adjustment to this team, just to get it to be exactly what I need it to be. Yeah, and also I have Shez coming out on the bonus surprise unit, but
I'll handle
I don't think, just looking at it right now in terms of what's happening, I don't think Shez will actually offer anything to this composition. I've already used my Kanto with Camilla since she didn't get the Gale Force on the first initiation. So this is kind of a problem because I won't be able to move out of the space to allow Felix to come in, and then also I don't think I'll be able to warp up there without someone being nearby, so I think I might have thrown this match. Yeah, I think I made some bad decisions here. Some bad decisions were made. Ultimately, the only thing that I really need to do is to take out the enemy Felix since he has the Celica Ring, and I need to get up there somehow, and I'm trying to figure it out.
I see.
But also, I can't leave Camilla anywhere close to Neathhogger, who was also the other problem. She is not dying. Even though, you know, Camilla is supposed to be the answer to everything in the game, my Camilla here was failing to kill this Neathhogger, which is quite peculiar. But anyways, yeah, Felix is, the enemy Felix is poised to cause me some problems here, and the only thing I can think of is to put Thor into harm's way and then hope that she survives against Neathhogger in enemy phase, which I'm not very high on. But if that were to happen, then we could probably clutch it out, but I don't see another way to get up there and do what I need to do, since I can't step on that trap. And then even if I do step on that trap, I can't then warp around Neathhogger. And also, I'm kind of running into the no follow-up problem on Felix. He doesn't have no follow-up, so he is taking way more damage than I would like.
By your will, I seek a foe.
Yeah, we're just gonna go for it here.
I'll handle it.
And hope that this pays off. I mean, not seeing a lot of other options here. Okay.
What now?
But yikes, Felix dying to Neathhogger. Doing 0 damage as well. She's literally healing from 2 to 20. Oh, that's Ather. Okay, never mind.
I see.
I mean, I could reposition, but Athos would just blow up Thor. I think I also positioned Baby Golveg wrong. Let's see how much this is. Can you live? Damn. That was actually kind of close. 10 overkill. Yeah, that was actually kind of close. Man, I think I could have definitely played that better. Man, you got me here. All right. That's fine, man. Let's play another one. GG's. All right, here we go again. We're going to go with the same team to compensate for our inadequacies in that prior match. So let's load this up and play this how it's supposed to be played. I do still think that I'm going to make some adjustments to this team just to have it play a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Constructively? Is that the word? Probably. Yeah, there's some pieces that are, like a few pieces that are a little bit missing. I do have another melee Gale Force team, but that one doesn't have Baby Golvig on it. It's really more go, 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 4 hits, Crom, and all of that. So just wanted to give this one another attempt and then see how the week unfolds. I don't think I'll be able to use this one too often since as we get further up, there'll be more, you know, armored units in the way, and that's one of the things that kind of stop this offense from working. If there's like a near save, I'm really dependent on Camilla to kill, and I'd have to know the matchup beforehand. I wouldn't be able to just go into the match with a near save. Although, you know, Elm would be a huge help in that scenario. That's why he's here. Plus, Baby Golvig to end someone's action. You know, hopefully I can get something right. Which is kind of the plan here. A little bit kind of the plan. Since I can't really use my duo button here because 3 duos, I'd have to take them all out on the same turn, which is kind of the plan, but a lot of my movement will be limited. Yeah, but we should be able to get going here. I think I maybe should have also given someone pass. But who? In any case, oh, you know, I was thinking of putting Ira on this team, but I couldn't figure out how to get her from the summoning circle all the way up to the top of the map on the turn that she, pops up in, because otherwise she'd walk, and that would basically be a wasted action. So yeah, no Ira. It would have to be someone that has an additional action, like a swap or something. I would have considered Leo, but I'm not like the biggest fan of Leo, so no. I was also thinking like another dancer. I feel like that would be a good addition to the team as well, like a dual peony or something. That would probably work. But anyways, what was I talking about before? Can't remember. I'm currently watching Blood of Zeus on Netflix. It is very good. Man, I think we should be. This one is pretty easy. This map, I just gotta not be a bucket of bricks, not make any mistakes here, and we should be good. Yeah. I'm watching Blood of Zeus on Netflix, and it's really good. I'm actually super heavy into Greek mythology. I love that whole Athos, Kratos. Wait, Kratos is God of War. Man, I'm forgetting Hera, Gaia. I love Hermes, Apollo. I love the whole thing, how the whole story of that is. And I never really delved like really deep into it, apart from like some of the stuff that I would have seen as a kid, like cartoons and stuff. So it's really nice to go back into it. Hercules, of course. It's really nice to go back into it and see, and remind myself of some of the lore, a lot of the lore that I actually didn't remember. And man, one of the key components that I'm like really coming around on is Hera. I'm really coming around to her side, man. Hera was really done dirty by Zeus. Zeus was a man whore. Like, he was the definition of the word man whore. Oh my god, he could not keep it in his pants. Granted, he did father a lot of the second generation, third generation of gods that were kind of needed to kind of repopulate the whole hierarchy of beings, depending on whether or not you think they would have died out just from like existing and stuff. You do need a change every now and then, I guess, but he was really the driving force in terms of bringing Apollo. He's Apollo's dad. He's Ares' dad as well. He's the father of Hercules. A lot of different gods and demigods came about because of Zeus, but then also this meant that he cheated on Hera a ton, and I actually had to read some of the lore behind it as well. Just like, why is he doing her so dirty? Does he not love this woman? And apparently he just doesn't care. He could not keep it in his pants. He had that god complex that whatever I see is mine, and I am right. I can do whatever I want, and no one can stop me. Which is kind of the thing where, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Where you just get so strong that no one can tell you to stop. That's kind of thing. And yeah, he did Hera really dirty. I feel so bad for her just watching the series, and I'm like, a lot of the problems, a lot of the infighting and the bickering and the jealousy that came about from could really just be led back to Zeus not being able to keep it in his pants. If he was able to do that, there would be no Hercules, a lot of the stories that we have in Greek mythology just wouldn't exist. But I'll touch on that more a little bit later this week. GG's, see you in the next one.